What's going on? It's your boy J-Mo. I'm back today, here to drop another video, man. Thank the Lord above for letting me see 1,000. Well, look, I'm jumping into the future now. For letting me see 100 subscribers, man. 100 subscribers. I appreciate y'all for being with me. And I done dropped 100 videos as well. So thank the Lord above for everything that he's done for me and just keeping me strong, protected, and just throughout the whole process, he's been watching over me. But let's get straight into it, man. Today, man, I achieved 100 subscribers a couple days ago. I'm at 106 now. You know, something like, you know what I mean? But I know where I'm going to be at later down the road because it was prophesied to me when I got my 100 subscriber. And I was talking to this woman at my school, and she was just telling me, yeah, she's like, go ahead and make the video. That's why I'm making the video now. And she was talking about 100,000 subscribers. And when she said it, it just hit my subconscious. It went straight into there. It bypassed the conscious mind. I could feel that. And I'm like, oh, dang, it's already in there. I'm like, dang, 100,000? I just instantly start feeling good. Because my imagination is just there. Thanks be to God. When you stay inside that word, you stay spiritually active, he going to activate your imagination on another level. He going to send you towards books that you need to read. And the book that I'm reading now is called Think and Grow Rich. And it's about understanding that money don't just come to you. Money don't come out of nowhere. You have to be prepared for money. Money needs a plan. It says money is shy and elusive. So I understood that money is like a woman, right? I ain't just about to get like, or money is like your wife, right? You have to go out there and find your wife. My wife not just about to come to me because I'm out here having sex with a lot of different women. No, my wife is going to come to me if I'm preparing myself in such a way to be aligned with that spiritually. And that's the same thing with money. You got to be aligned with it spiritually. You got to have a plan. Because you got to approach that money. But you can't chase money. You got to have it attract unto you. And so I was at church a couple days ago, and I made it up in my mind. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm about to do this trading thing. And I'm just about to get so much money from that because I know I'm good at that. I know that's the easiest thing to do. And then God had to convict me. He said, you doing this stuff out your own selfish gains. You trying to be a millionaire. Why? For yourself, so you can flaunt and do some things with the money that you ain't doing nothing for the kingdom. No, what you doing is supposed to be able to uplift the kingdom. It's supposed to bring more followers to him. You know, he that winneth souls is wise. It's supposed to, just spread out and be contagious, the energy that you have. So in Galatians, it said we have to carry each other's burdens. And in that way, we obey the law of Christ. So if I'm not carrying y'all loads by, speaking all of the things, the pain that I went through, and I'm not sharing my testimony and my story with you, then I'm not really doing what I was purposed to do on this planet. Because like it says in John 4:34, my meat is to do the will of the one who sent me and to finish his work. If he ain't making a disciple out of me and I'm not going to make other disciples, what am I doing this for? No, we got to have this mindset that, look, I'm going out here. I don't care how long it take me. I'm just going to do God's will and his plan for my life. I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going to be obedient. I'm going to go towards that light, that vision, because he's a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. And I'm going to keep forging ahead with the journey, even if I can't see it for myself. Because you don't see the end of the road when you take that first step on the journey a million miles. No, you got to just keep walking until things start to appear on your path. And you seeing that, oh, okay, I'm going the right way. And how do you know that you going the right way? Because you had this joy inside of you that's from Christ. When it's from Christ, you renewed every day. I was in my car this morning on my way to work, and I was just praising and thanking God, and I could feel the Spirit in the car. I'm like, dang. I'm like, thank the Lord Jesus. And then right when I got to work, bro, I walked in. I'm a nurse's assistant, if you don't know. But the first person I walked into, it was nothing but feces all over the floor. And if I wasn't praising and worshiping God in that manner this morning, I would have been able to handle that mess that I walked into. But thanks be to God, when you inside of Him, when you inside of His will, when you doing what He wants you to do, you're going to be constantly encouraged every day. He going to give you that energy to go ahead and fight, to say, you know what, I might have a mountain in front of me, but I got a God that's backing me and putting me on His back to carry me up it. So I can't really be worried about what's going to happen. I know that all things work together for good. I know that these trials are meant to not even break me, but they meant to shake me up, meant to position me in such a way to where I can be more of use to Him. That's what it's all about. So you got to keep your spirit inside. When you keep your spirit in mind, that's how you're going to get to that next level. Because I remember ever since playing basketball as a kid, that if I took your spirit, then it was over with. You lost already. Whether I kept attacking you, or I befriended you on the court, or I kept attacking you and you just was like, you know what, go ahead. It's a mindset thing. And so he says in Romans 8 that your spirit is the mind. And for us to stay spiritually active in His word, and for us to remain in Him, is what's going to get us to that next level. So we have to speak those things into His existence. He says in Romans, calleth those things which be not as though they were. Look, when they had the 12 tribes of Israel and they sent a person from each tribe, look, two people said that two people, Caleb and Joshua, seen the giants in the land. They said, we can take that land. Bro, the 10 other people had an evil report. They spoke against the Lord. They said, no, we look like grasshoppers in their sight. They are stronger than we. We can't do this. The Lord said, as surely as I live, as He has spoken in my ears, so will I do to you. Bro, they perished in the wilderness because they didn't believe they could get to that promised land. They thought that because, look, Henry Ford said it best. He said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And they thought they couldn't, so they didn't. But when you have faith inside your mind, I don't care what the battle look like. You play to the whistle. You play to, dog, you ain't got no more fight left in you. You got to have that type of mindset. Everybody back down for them, those type of cats. And don't let the Lord be behind you too. Oh, man. 450 prophets of Baal against one Elijah. You already seen what happened. You got to have that mindset up in here. Nothing gonna stop me from getting to my goals. You gotta have that mindset, man. You gotta have that mindset. So just looking at 100 videos, man, and I was at my dad's house and I recorded 40 videos. Just seeing 40 videos, I was like, dog, these videos hot. I'm like, why ain't nobody watching this? Bro, and then the Lord spoke. He said, you talking about 40 videos, you ain't even got to 100. I was like, dang, I was like, you right. Right. And I understood even when I was down at my dad's house and I just was getting my self-esteem back because of some trials that I was going through, that this was actually growing me. This was producing a fire inside of me that I could just get lit. I remember one time I was at my dad's house and I was just sitting in this same exact chair and I was just like, I didn't even feel like getting into that mode, but I sit back and I started to visualize myself on the movie screen projector, just being successful. And I just got myself up. I said, let's go. And I had to fight to go out there and record for a whole nother hour, 2 hours. I don't remember how long I recorded for that day, but I just had a different type of fight. Why? Because I had a hunger. I had an insatiable appetite that the Lord was providing for me. And I understood if I kept being inside of Him, He's going to continue to make a way. He's not called the way maker, the miracle, the miracle keeper, the promise, and the light in the darkness. He ain't called that for no reason, man. Listen, we could call him with it. He got so many names. Jehovah Jireh, the Lord our provider. Jehovah Rapha, the Lord our healer. But I'm just going to call Him the Word. You know, and His name, He was the Word in John chapter 1. But then in 1 John chapter 1, He is called the Word of Life. Because when He died... Hey, who gonna get excited when I say when he died? When he died, that's when we started to understand His power. Woo! When He died, that's when we started to get spiritual. Ooh, man. Woo, man. Thank the Lord Jesus, man. But look, that's it for today, man. Hey, 100 videos, 100 subscribers. I'm blessed. God is looking over me. And I pray that the Lord continues to be with you and use you and just motivates you and encourages you to be the best version of you. I pray that you be able to go out and you help motivate and encourage everybody else. And I pray that you can be the strength that everybody looks for, that everybody looks to be able to get that strength needed to push forward their day. Man, I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for everything that y'all do for me, man. God bless y'all. God be with y'all. Let heaven smile upon you. Peace.